Matthew and Mia were two adventurous friends who loved nothing more than exploring the great outdoors and embarking on exciting camping trips. Along with their other friends, they set out on a camping trip in the heart of a dense forest. After a long day of hiking, they stumbled upon an abandoned cabin, hidden deep in the woods. The group was exhausted, so they decided to spend the night in the cabin, thinking it would be a good place to rest. As soon as they entered the cabin, they were hit with an eerie feeling. It was as if someone was watching them, and the air was heavy with the stench of death. Despite the foreboding atmosphere, they decided to make the most of their stay and settled in for the night. But their peace was short-lived, as strange things began to happen. Doors would open and close on their own, footsteps could be heard in the hallways, and the ghostly laughter of a man echoed through the cabin. That's when Matthew and Mia discovered the horrifying truth: the cabin was haunted by the ghost of a serial killer who had terrorized the forest years ago. His victims were said to have been buried in the surrounding woods, and their spirits were said to be trapped in the cabin, unable to escape the killer's wrath. Matthew and Mia tried to escape, but they soon realized that they were being stalked by the ghost of the serial killer. With nowhere to turn, they tried to fight back, but the ghost was too powerful. In a desperate move, they dug up the graves of the killer's victims, hoping to lay their spirits to rest and break the hold the ghost had over them. But as they uncovered the last grave, they were met with a horrifying sight. The ghost of the killer was standing over them, a twisted smile on his face. And in that moment, they realized that the ghost wasn't just a figment of their imagination, but a manifestation of their own fears and guilt. They then noticed the awful truth was that the ghost of the serial killer was, in fact, a part of them all along. And they were doomed to be trapped in the cabin forever, tormented by their own demons. As the realization dawned on them, the ghost's laughter grew louder, filling the cabin with terror. Matthew and Mia tried to run, but they found themselves trapped in a never-ending cycle of fear and torment, unable to escape the cabin or the ghost's grasp. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. The friends' bodies were never found, and they were presumed dead. But the truth was far more horrifying. They were trapped in the cabin, forced to relive their nightmare over and over again, never finding peace or release from the ghost's grasp. And so the cabin remained abandoned, a place of fear and terror, where the ghost of the serial killer still roams, waiting for his next victims. Those who dare to venture into the woods and approach the cabin always leave with a sense of unease, never daring to stay the night and risk being caught in the ghost's grasp. And so the story of Matthew and Mia and their doomed camping trip lives on, serving as a warning to all who dare to venture into the haunted woods. For those who ignore the warning and enter the cabin, they risk being trapped forever, haunted by their own fears and the ghost of a serial killer.